Hey, my Pineys. Welcome to another Piney Podcast. I know it's been a while. Christian and I had actually shot some Piney Podcast when she was staying here. We got a little elaborate and it required some editing, and long story short, my computer system currently can't edit anymore certain kinds of videos. Only my flip camera, which, as you've seen from the older videos, is kind of breaking down a little bit. It's not as crisp as the phone video. So anyhow, long story short, we just didn't get around to it. Say hi, Joan. Hello. Anyhow, I got a couple of interesting Piney stories for you, and I wanted to get back into the Piney Podcast because my project, my Jersey Devil related, Piney related, Pine Barrens related project is about to come out very soon. And, I might as well announce it. It's a series of books, and it's going to start posting on Amazon hopefully this week. All right. The first one, I just got the cover. I'm doing all the necessary stuff to the computer file, so it'll be downloadable just like Wokistan, and it's a lot of fun, and I will do a whole video about it soon. Anyhow, let's get into these stories. First story is all about Double Dave. Double Dave is a timber rattlesnake that was found in the Pine Barrens, and two guys who were studying snakes came across this baby two-headed snake, very rare apparently. So they scooped him up and took him to Pemberton. I'm not sure if he's on display or not, but these guys are, they study snakes, and they say it's very rare, and it was quite a find. And the reason they took the snake out of the wild is because two-headed snakes apparently don't do very well in the wild because the predators can get them easier. I suppose probably because the two-headed snakes can't slither into smaller crevices like a regular snake could, or maybe the heads argue and then hesitate and the hawk gets them or whatever. So I thought that was pretty cool. So if you want to read that story, Google Double Dave and Pine Barrens and timber rattlesnake. I didn't even know there were rattlesnakes in the Pine Barrens. Good to know. Next up is a kind of scary story, and this is all alleged, okay? This is all alleged criminality. But apparently, there was a body in the Pine Barrens. I know, shocking. What allegedly happened was a guy by the name of McGee was allegedly involved in some drugs, kind of. It's not very clear how he was involved. He claims to be trying to get out of the life. Anyhow, he was threatened by a guy named Klein, and they argued over some money or something. Apparently McGee works at like a Domino's or something. Anyhow, they met, and Klein made seemingly a huge error. He threatened McGee's grandchildren, which, look, in the world of criminality, threats are a given, but when you take it to the next level and you threaten somebody's family, you are asking for even more trouble, But, people in a criminal lifestyle generally don't think that far ahead. Or they get a little full of themselves. They think they can intimidate anyone. If you want to look up the story, it's on nj.com. Google Pine Barrens, body, and Klein. Anyhow, Klein, they had his picture. I gotta say, he looked like an intimidating guy. Whereas McGee, not so much. He looked a little older. I mean, he has grandkids. He's grandfather. Well, apparently, allegedly, McGee shot Klein and killed him. Kind of can't blame the guy. I mean, you threaten the guy's grandchildren. So then he decided he's going to bury Klein out in the Pine Barrens, which, not a dumb move if you can do it right. He got his son, and he wrapped up Klein in a tarp, and he got his son, and they allegedly drove out to the Pine Barrens. It's not clear whether or not the son realized what he was doing. got there, but they only buried Klein about 1.5 feet deep, which, little tip, kids, if you're going to bury a body, dig deep, 6 feet under. That's the rule. It's the reason why they bury people 6 feet under. It's because if you bury anybody too shallow, dogs and other animals can smell it and they'll dig up the body. Certainly the police have dogs that can smell it. And, dogs are just helpful creatures. They're just going to go, oh my God, someone's underground. I got to save him. So they found the body, and now obviously McGee's in a lot of trouble. If he allegedly did this, we don't know. But it's kind of interesting that they buried him or he chose to bury him in the Pine Barrens. You'd think people would disappear back there and never be found, but forensics being what they are, you got to be super smart. And you're going to bury a body even in the Pine Barrens. You're going to have to not leave a trail. So that's the Pine Barrens related stories. And that's all I got for this episode of the Piney Podcast. But there will be more coming soon. The project is coming. And we're all very excited about it. Right, Joan? Yay! Okay. See you next time.